You know I live for the double dip. It's 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's Classic Rock. You got the Rizzo and Jeff show. And Jeff, it's time for opening audio.
Yeah.
And ever since last week, when we were giving out gift certificates to the ice cream store, I decided to double dip opening audio, and I like the theme when it calls for it.
Well, look, that's a big move. One dip, not enough.
No.
Gotta have some more. You're one of those, huh?
I'm one of those.
Okay.
I'm never satisfied.
Yeah.
You know? So without any further ado, it's time to start your day off the right way. A double dip of opening audio.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
All right, so you remember the movie Napoleon Dynamite?
I do, yes.
Okay, well, apparently, and this is actually kind of weird to even say, but it's 20 years old. The movie's just turned 20.
Wow, that hurts.
Doesn't that hurt?
Yeah.
You know
really
what I mean?
does,
Napoleon Dynamite, I remember, that was like a cultural phenomenon.
It was. It was a huge deal.
Pedro, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, the whole spiel, yes.
So anyway, the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite, John Heder, which, by the way, has he done anything since?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he popped in here and there to stuff, but nothing of note.
If you're Napoleon Dynamite, you're destined to be Napoleon Dynamite, right?
It's the problem. You're
typecast.
You're Carlton, right? From the Fresh Prince.
And hasn't he complained about that?
Sure. I mean, what has he done, Carlton? I mean, he
did a game show.
Catch 21. That was about it. But he acted like Carlton on there. And then when they when they would say to him, "Oh, come on, give me the dance one time," he didn't stop. He did the dance if people would ask.
Oh, he did.
He did.
So he cheesed it up him. So he's actually to blame.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, nonetheless, John Heder, maybe to blame, maybe not. Typecast as Napoleon Dynamite, got back into his character to do some ads for Ore-Ida potatoes.
Oh, Ore-Idas.
Ore-Idas, that's top tier stuff. That's name brand.
Well, Ore-Ida, but they're not the top potato in town. You know, the Idaho.
Tell me that. What do you mean?
The Idaho potato is the number one potat, kid.
Listen, how do you know where the Ore-Idas come from?
Okay.
Ore-Idas could come from anywhere.
All right.
See where an Ore-Ida comes from. I know an Ore-Ida they mostly come from Idaho. Where else do potatoes come from?
But aren't Idaho potatoes a brand of potato?
That's a brand, but that's like a brand of actual potatoes. I don't think Idaho makes fries.
Or Ore-Ida.
It's OREIDA.
Oh, Oregon and Idaho. So they're a mix of potatoes. That's the thing. Ore-Ida. So that's I guess they get them from both places. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm not too up.
Okay. Well, either way, here's his new ad.
20 years later, still haunted by crushed tots.
Give me some of your tots.
Now from Ore-Ida comes tot protecting pants. I'll eat as many as I want to, gosh.
So he made some stupid thing because his whole thing was tater tots and how they kept getting squished in his pants. So they're making these tater tot pants, but these tater tot pants keep the Ore-Ida tater tots warm. They've sold out immediately. They're restocking them. Right. You know what I mean?
Doesn't everybody do something goofy like that? Keep your soda here, your hot dog there, your
keep
slice
your hot dog where?
Your slice of pizza. And I saw those before on the side of your pants, your dungarees. Everybody does something like that. No, nobody's keeping tater tots. Tater tots are an immediate eat. Do you get it? You do not hang around.
Yeah, they are an immediate. You must eat them.
You must eat them
immediate.
If not, it's they get soft or they get hard. They get cold. You know, they are an immediate eat food. They are not a hang around food.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. Yeah. Eat them. Don't pocket them. Don't be weird.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. 100%. Yeah.
It's time for opening audio here on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. A fun, funny way to start your day on 105.9 The Mountain.
All right, so that brings me to the mariachis. Your thoughts on the mariachi band?
I could see why some people enjoy a good mariachi band. I really don't. I'm indifferent. It's I don't need a mariachi band for anything. I'm never really in a situation where I say this calls for a mariachi band. All right.
I guess what situation would cause for a mariachi? A wedding?
A quinceañera?
A quinceañera.
I mean, that's, I don't know. What?
Yeah, maybe. Well, what about those guys? If you go to Mexico, you know what I mean? Like, if you're just on a street in Mexico, you might need one.
Okay, well, I'm not often in many streets of Mexico.
Well, okay, if you're not, you might be at a ball game.
Okay.
And a mariachi band is going viral because a mariachi band decided to play a well-known tune, and people are loving the mariachi style.
Let's make our escape, so let's go there. Ask can we stay? Can you take me higher? So
the mariachi band is singing Creed, Can You Take Me Higher? And I got to tell you, it was at the New York Mets game. I love it.
It sounded better than him. I gotta tell you,
We were with Stappy. We saw Stappy.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Stappy would appreciate it.
Do you think Stappy would appreciate it? I
know.
Tell the truth.
Stappy would appreciate it.
We had a deep conversation with Stappy. I don't think he liked us very much. I think Stappy has changed.
He has changed.
Now that you think this through, Stappy has changed. I think Stappy would give a cease and desist to the mariachi band.
You think he's an anti-mariachite?
You tell me.
You're right, we did.
No, I know.
Yeah, he did suck.
Hey, it's the radio. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Wouldn't it suck if you had to pay for me? Well, I'll let you in on a little secret. All this great music and the laughs, or tears, depending on where you land, on the Rizzo and Jeff Show, we'll never charge you to listen. We pay for enough stuff. We just want you to laugh and keep rocking. The Rizzo and Jeff Show.
I know you've said to yourself, I know what it's like to be an alien. I wonder what it's like. It's 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock. You got the Rizzo and Jeff Show. It's a question we ponder from time to time.
Yeah.
What it's like to be a different alien, what it's like to be from a different planet, how do people from different planet think, communicate, speak, things like that.
Yeah, well, this woman, her name is Kelly. And Kelly is...
that's her Earth name.
That's her Earth name, yeah. But she considers herself a star seed. A star seed. Now, do I know what a star seed is? No, but she says her intellect has grown after she became a star seed.
In essence, it's sort of like an abduction, but instead of being just abducted, you're abducted and then implanted with extra species alien DNA.
Yeah, I wonder if she's one of the people that walk up and down here on Patton Ave at 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
When the sun rises, the star seeds come out.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Speaking of, here she is explaining what it's like.
Really what happens is when you identify with a being, I like to say a starseed rather than an alien because there's too many stigmas attached to aliens with the films that we see. And there's a fear against aliens. And typically starseeds are here to help humanity. So when we incarnate as humans, we're here to really help humans remember what it's like to be humans and connect to their innateness, their natural senses, rather than distract and go, oh, look at the interdimensions and the other planets. Our role is not to make you look outside of humanity. It's to actually connect back to who you really were and the internet connectedness that's currently on Earth. With nature, with animals, with ourselves.
So we need to connect as a species. She doesn't like the word alien because it's negative, like the movie Mars Attacks. Yeah. She specifically brought that up and said that that's a bad representation of her people.
Yeah, well, I would hate to misgender an alien. I mean, that would just be absolutely terrible. Hey,
you got to use the right pronouns.
Yeah, I understand.
Like a galip-galorp or whatever. You got to use the right pronouns.
Can't make that mistake, So,
no.
Hey, Kelly. Honestly, I'm sure you're a nice woman, and you believe in a lot of things.
Yep.
Can you shut up?
Shut the hell up.
Could you just be quiet, please?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Kelly.
Good day.
Yeah.
From deep in the middle of the mountains to downtown Asheville and everywhere in between, the Rizzo and Jeff Show is there for you. Just don't ask us to borrow money, please. The Rizzo and Jeff Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
It's just about that time. You're in the car, your stomach is rumbling, and you're looking for that sausage bowberry biscuit. That's not just a menu hack anymore. more, all right? So what we want you to do is try that made-from-scratch Bowberry biscuit topped with sizzling sausage, because it's all about when sweet meets savory.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that rumbling stomach, make sure that it is because you're hungry, okay?
Yes, of course.
And especially if you are, listen, 2 sausage Bowberry biscuits, Rizzo, they're just for $5. And guess what? Only a couple weeks left to get them, okay?
Yes, literally.
Get that flavor combination. Pull a Rizzo. Get them delivered to your house on the weekend. He does that, right? So you could order them on the app. Do it right there. Or you could roll up to your favorite Bojangles and grab that Bowberry biscuit today, all right?
105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock. What's up, Johnny?
I'm good, man. Just heading down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, heading down.
Good.
That's good. You back to work, or what are you doing?
Yeah, man. I'm heading back to work. Gonna go back and pay some bills, man.
Yeah, I know.
How was your birthday weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, no trouble, man. Everything was good.
Good.
Yep.
Did you and the wife get to hang out, you know?
Oh, yeah, man. We hung out, hung on, all the good stuff. Yeah, buddy.
That's good. That's good. Do you believe in aliens?
Well, there's been a lot of folks that's told me, he said, what rock did you come out from under? Okay, and I'm like, yeah, that's the third rock from the sun, man. And so, but yeah, no, kind of not really, no. I think there are some weird, kind of strange individuals that roam the world. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do. I do.
Yep, but, I've been told, I've come from a different planet before.
Well,
so
well, you know what? Listen. You're a strange guy, but aren't we all? And you know what? The fact that you used a John Lithgow reference, I appreciate that. Third Rock from the Sun, starring John Lithgow, '90s sitcom. I know your girl. I hope you're not going to be at work around, in about an hour from now, because we're going to talk about whoopee snacks. And I really, hope that you could stick around for whoopee snacks. Whoopies.
Well, is that kind of like corn rolls, or what is that?
Well, no. They're special kind of snacks that Whoopi's been eating, and they were, you find out something that they're not quite.
They're not made for human consumption.
They're not made for human consumption. How's that?
Well, I'm sure they've not got much protein in them because she doesn't like protein. Okay?
She looks like it, though, you know?
No, I don't know about that.
Well, listen.
So,
go ahead.
So, yeah, man, so I do kind of talk, I listen through music, you know what I'm saying? The things that kind of brings me into my zone, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So bring me into my zone. On 26.
Okay, on 26, you got it. We'll bring you into the zone, all right?
Yep, I feel good today. I feel like I'm going to style, I'm going to profile, and I'm going to electrify.
All right. Woo! All right, keep
Johnny.
the mayonnaise between the mustard, my friend. Coming up, guys, we have more of the Rizzo and Jeff show, including a Taco Bell marathon runner. Right after the cars. Yes, Jeff, a woman ran a marathon inside of a Taco Bell.
Did she?
She did.
Oh, boy. Was there a party pack involved?
Yes, there was.
All right.
Would you run a marathon inside of a Taco Bell? Would that even cross your mind? Is that something that you've been thinking about? Well, this is the show for you. It's 105.9 The Mount Nashville's Classic Rock. You got Rizzo and Jeff. And Jeff, I got to be honest with you. There are times I thought to myself, why not go to a fast food establishment and run a marathon?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I haven't thought about that once in my life, especially Taco Bell. Look, here's the deal with Taco Bell. Taco Bell is either a 3 a.m. eat, go to bed, or it's a eat and sit, okay? And relax.
Eat and sit.
And eat and sit.
Like at the Taco Bell?
Or at home.
Okay.
But if you eat Taco Bell and then do a lot of extracurricular activity after that, it could really accelerate the process of getting rid of that food very quickly. And we all know generally what happens. when you eat the Taco Bell. It's quite a colon cleaner.
Well, it could be a colon cleaner or a backer-upper. It just depends. Listen, Baby Hands loves the Taco Bell, but...
she's got a clean quality colon.
A clean quality colon, but I don't think she loves Taco Bell enough to do what this girl did. She's gone viral. It's got 50 million views on TikTok.
What are we
do
watching?
We have nothing better to watch on TikTok? By the way,
50 million.
Like, I was really proud that our videos are getting a couple thousand views. Search Rizzo and Jeff or 1059 The Mountain on TikTok. I was happy about that, but this 50 million for just doing this?
I want to be the first person in history to do a marathon at Taco Bell. I brought my own treadmill and filled my water bottle up with Baja Blast. I kept eating yummy food and drinking my Baja Blast while I blast my way to the finish line. After 10 hours and 3 minutes, 26.3 miles, and 58,000 steps, I am extremely proud to say that I am the first person in history to do a marathon at Taco Bell.
Just so you're aware, this is the same girl who ate like 5,000 shrimps or whatever, and she's like 9 pounds.
I was going to say, I thought I heard a big person lisp, and I guess that's not the case. So this
that's not a big one lisp.
All right, they're there.
No.
They're there. You can tell. It's just the way the jaws work.
Is it the jowls? You're talking about the jowls.
Yes, the jowls. You can tell sometimes just the way when the jowls are working, you go, okay.
Well, you know what's funny, though? Jowls can be deceiving, because if you think about it, Richard Nixon. Richard Milhouse Nixon. He talked like he was William Howard Taft, but I wouldn't say he was a Taft.
Well, that's because his cheeks were weighing down his face, okay? So he had an issue there with him. But if you watch...
He did have some jowls. Milhouse Nixon? He did.
If you watch My 600-Pound Life...
I watch it. As a matter of fact, can I just say something? Why do they do the episode and not show you what happens after? Yes, I know there's a show that follows up, but it's like you should tell us if they live or die at the end.
Right. Well, I know. And sometimes when I watch some of those old school ones, by the way, you Google to see what happened to the person, and then,
I think like 30% of them die, Jeff.
Because, I think
it's something crazy.
I think it's more.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like bar rescue. Like 90% of the bars he rescues close, John Taffer. But I think it's because the success rate is just so low on it that the doctor would look bad. Do you see what I'm saying?
See, here's the thing. For me, it's too much surgery, right? Like, for me, it's like I'm tired. Like, it used to be more about the weight and putting them on the truck stop thing, like weighing thing to like show them like these are the error of your ways. Now it's just surgeries and stomachs being pulled out of skin. It's too much.
Well, what it is that they make you lose the 100 pounds before you could do it because they think they're just going to roll in there, get the surgery, and be done with it.
Let me tell you,
that's not the case.
Let me tell you something. I don't like Doctor Now.
No,
I'm not a guy who likes Now.
I can't understand him.
I can't understand him. Right. I don't know what he's doing. He always asked about why you not follow diet, but then it's like I not follow diet because of the pandemic. Like he was really hard on this guy. This guy was 800 pounds, fattest guy they ever had. Right?
Oh, well, he's not going to make it.
Actually,
did he make it?
Let me tell you something. He lost 549 pounds, and he had a lymphedema. There was 110 pounds, and he says, well, you can't lose that last 30 pounds. You're clearly not going off your diet. Hey, bro, it's because of the lymphedema that's 100 pounds. And then once he took the lymphedema off, guess what? He was 230 pounds. So you know what? Congrats to that guy. Well, and if he removes the skin, it'll be 180 pounds.
Well, you know what the problem with the show is that you have people that are coming in that eat Big Macs off a conveyor belt, and then you're asking them. By the way, you could only eat 2 ounces of chicken. So you want me to?
Yep.
I've just been eating off a conveyor belt.
Yep.
Literally a conveyor. I open my mouth at the end of the conveyor belt, and food falls in. And now you want me to turn around and eat a broccoli salad? That's not going to happen.
You know what?
Right?
You're absolutely right. Yeah. But again, it's Dr. Now's fault.
Yeah. Well, half the world's his fault.
That's it.
Blame him for everything.
Blame for Dr. Now. That's it.
1059 The Mountain is your only source for great music, what's happening in the world, and everything local. Oh, and we have these two new guys who are trying to make you laugh. We sure hope it's working. The Rizzo and Jeff Show will be back.
Is he dead or alive? It's 1059 The Mountain. Asheville's Classic Rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show. It's a very simple question.
You got to stop this with Richard Simmons.
You're
trying to put him into a dirt nap.
Nope. He's been in a dirt nap.
He's not.
Richard
not
Simmons has been dead since 2011.
He's not dead.
Yes, I know he's dead. I know he's dead.
So before he passed, he told what's the woman that takes care of him? What's her name? Teresa. He told Teresa, I want to put this this thing together, this coup together to pretend that I'm still alive. And somehow I want you to work with artificial intelligence on my own personal YouTube and have me read poems and then tweet or X that he is on all day long and writing. So you think this is just all set up. He's been dead and he wants people to still think he's alive.
Do you recall Conway Twitty last week singing 50 Cent's In the Club?
That's fine.
Conway Twitty died June 6, 1995. Now, I can assure you, that was Conway Twitty singing that song. He's been dead for 30 years. So, how dare you say that artificial intelligence, which this is clearly artificial intelligence, it's not him, the inflection's all wrong, this person is dead as a doornail. D-E-A-D.
Well, I want people to listen, and then they can decide, is it Richard Simmons or did he take the dirt nap? You decide.
Listen, seriously, 828-240-1059. I got tickets to Soaky Mountain Water Park, okay? And we got a 4-pack. So this is for the whole family. Is he dead or alive?
Some of you struggle with your weight. Don't give up, for goodness sake. Watch what you eat, and please don't cheat. This is not such an easy feat. Try your best to move every single day, and before you know it, those extra pounds will go away. Love, Richard.
Oh, come on, dude.
I love
Dead Richard.
Love it. Let's listen to him. Vibrant, alive, with us.
105.9 the Mount Nashville's Classic Rock. Good morning. Hello. Who's this?
It's Betty.
Betty.
Good morning.
Betty, did you hear it? Richard Simmons, dead or alive?
Oh, I think he's alive.
Yeah, me too, Betty. I totally agree with you.
Why, Betty?
Because I've not heard any news otherwise.
Well, Betty, let me tell you something. You don't hear news about, let me just say, a potential nuclear strike or an intercontinental ballistic missile before it's launched, do you, Betty? Richard Simmons is one of these deep fakes in Hollywood, and I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm not. But Richard Simmons, if you watch the documentary, okay, Betty, you will find that his housekeeper has kept him prisoner, and I'm telling you, is releasing just so information. He's not been seen in public since 2011. That's a fact. He has not been seen in public, Betty.
Okay.
So
exactly my point. So what? So he doesn't want to go out. What's wrong with that? He was in the limelight for years, wasn't he? I mean, sometimes you just want to get away. He served everybody. Right. He took care of everybody. We sweated to the oldies. We're good.
And that might be it. Maybe he don't have his nice, muscular body that he had back in the days, and he's embarrassed.
Maybe he's bald.
I'd understand that he's in his 70s. Yeah. All right, do me a favor, Betty.
Betty,
hang on the line. Jeff's going to get your information. Hang on.
This is no laughing matter, Betty.
You know what? Listen. Betty, laugh and hang on. Don't hang up. Jeff's going to get your information, Betty. But listen to this again. 828-240-1059. If you're just tuning in, we are playing Dead or Alive. Richard Simmons. This is a AI-made deep fake.
No, it's not.
Some of you struggle with your weight. Don't give up, for goodness sake. Watch what you eat, and please don't cheat. This is not such an easy feat. Try your best to move every single day, and before you know it, those extra pounds will go away. Love, Richard.
They took that from his album.
Wow.
It's a deep fake. It's AI. If Conway Twitty can sing 50 Cents Up in the Club, this is artificial intelligence. But he's been dead for a decade, Jeff.
What a poet. He's Walt Whitman.
A laureate? He's a laureate?
He's Maya Angelou. He's Robert Frost. He's a wonderful poet. Did you hear that?
He's a laureate.
Eloquent. It was wonderful. All right. Living, breathing, kicking.
828-240-1059. You want to go to Soaky Mountain? Is he dead or alive?
We get it. We're new. So it's time for you to sound off on the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Let us have it. What do you want to say to us? What do we need to know? Call now. 240-1059.
The Jeff News Network, like Lady Themis. And if you don't know who that is, let me educate you. You know the woman who stands upon the scales of justice, the mighty scales of justice? Her name is Themis.
Okay.
Jeff to news is what Themis is to justice.
It's good. Way to wake people up this morning.
The Jeff News Network. Brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. Tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you because we run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. That's traininfo.com because it's hard to stop a train.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN. Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, what a surprise. AI, artificial intelligence. McDonald's is pulling the plug on AI ordering technology. It was testing it more than 100 drive-through restaurants in the U.S. And they were looking to do this, I guess, for any kind of way that we could, not pay employees, things of that nature. So it had worked with IBM to develop and test a kind of voice-automated ordering system at some of its restaurants. And so there's literally really no need to have extra employees if this could work. It I guess did not work out. They're saying that there were hiccups that came along with this that happened, and I'm sure probably because they got it wrong, right? So it's going to shut off the technology at these restaurants that have been participating no later than next month. So they're going to pull the plug on it. I guess they're going to work on AI for some other things, but at the drive-through, I guess just look, it just wasn't an effective long-term plan for them. So,
well, why wasn't it an effective long-term plan for them?
I get their hiccups is what they are saying. That's the phrase or the word they're using. Hiccups. Hiccups they were having. So, maybe people are a little bit
we'll drink some seltzer.
Well, people are a little bit smarter and they're figuring out ways to dance around certain things and figure things out. I mean, So whatever it was didn't work out for them. So there will be somebody taking your order at your local McDonald's, okay?
Oh, good to know. All right. So there will be a person who will put cheese on my McDoubles.
There you go.
There it is.
From Asheville to, well, that's pretty much all they can handle right now. It's time for the least trusted news network in town. But they are new. The Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
So I didn't know this, but YouTube is playing 3-minute long ads before first aid videos, okay? All right, so 3-minute ads, but after 30 seconds, you can skip these ads. All right?
Okay, can I just say one thing about the 3-minute ad? And I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to pitch it to you. You could catch it. You could drop the ball, do whatever you want with it. I do like how they're making ads like mini movies. So, for example, right, even though it's an ad, because, ads are very important. I mean, it's what keeps this wonderful radio show on your radio, okay? But they make them like stories. So, like, for example, I was watching an ad on YouTube, Jeff, and it was an ad for, the State Farm. It was an ad for State Farm. But what it was Andy Reid was bent over, and I'm like, Andy Reid's bent over, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm 2:15 in when he's bending over, and I'm like, whoa, I just watched an ad for State Farm.
Is there enough room on the screen? But
double wide.
Well, a woman is not happy about these ads because she's dead.
Oh, and God, why would you say that?
Because so
maybe sounds terrible.
I know. Well, she had passed out and became unconscious at a grocery store. And the people that were there wanted to pull up YouTube real fast just to, get the CPR correct. It took them almost 30 seconds to get through the ads before they could get to the YouTube video about how to perform the CPR, and she didn't make it. So if they were able,
YouTube killed her.
I guess if they were able to start it up a little bit sooner, maybe that would have helped. But the ads on YouTube did this poor woman in. So
no, you want to know what did her in? And I'm going to say it, and I'm the only one who's not afraid to lose his job to say it. Mehmet Oz should have been there.
Oz?
If Mehmet was there, Mehmet already saved somebody this week.
Well, Mehmet Oz is not just hanging around grocery stores around the world.
How do you know? What do you know?
I don't know what that guy's.
He's a weirdo. His name's
possible.
Mehmet.
Anything's possible. But look, like they say, the longer that you go without oxygen, that's a problem. So I guess the 30 seconds that it took to get the ad done. Now I want to know what the ad was that did it,
Yeah, what do you think? You know what? I wonder if it was, this is Tom Selleck. I know a thing or two about reverse mortgages.
That's exactly who it was.
It was Tom Selleck who killed her, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mom, I'm trying to save this woman, but Tom Selleck won't get off my screen.
Time for the world famous, never imitated, never duplicated, and barely making it.
Trust me.
JNN, Jeff News Network, is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
It all goes back to Selleck and those reverse mortgages.
Yes, it does. Always does.
He's screwing up lives. All right, so affordable supersonic air travel could be available to Americans in the very near future. Now, the man who is the CEO of Boom Supersonic, his name is Blake Scholl. He didn't give an exact timeline on when. He says, but he's saying that these could be ready to go, and they are eyeing 2029, okay? Now, the production...
Do we know the definition of supersonic?
Well, look, quick, I'm assuming.
Good. What an informative news network.
But the production facility is actually in Greensboro, here in North Carolina. So it's in Greensboro. So that's where this is all going to be put together and worked on. So, but the only problem, they're saying that the price to fly in the beginning might sit around $5,000.
Here's the thing: a VCR was $2,900 in the '80s. That's like $10,000 today. It'll go down.
I feel like I'd puke with supersonic travel.
All right, here's supersonic speed. I got it right here because I'm an informative newsman. Okay. All right, here we go. So that's when you approach Mach 1. Mach 1 is about 343.2 meters per second, or 768 miles per hour. Mm-hmm. Transonic is Mach 1.2, which is 894 miles per hour. So between 700 and 800 mph, I like it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, the Concorde was supersonic, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was that fast. I don't know if it was supersonic.
Let me see the Concorde here. I'm pulling up the Conky. I always wanted to take a ride on the Conky.
Yeah,
but then,
I remember what.
Remember the Conky?
I do. I remember on TV those kind of things. Yeah.
The Conky. Well, the Conky was 650. It was almost.
All right.
It was almost.
Yeah, it was a cool looking thing.
Look, jobs for North Carolinians. I love it. Supersonic. Love it. Asheville Airport Supersonic, double love it.
Do you double love it over there?
I double love it.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you what,
Richard Simmons is dead.
Supersonic. You'll be into the side of that mountain quick. Lights out.
The term radio show gets thrown around a lot. We here at 105.9 The Mountain, for legal purposes, must say that radio show could mean whatever just happened, and if we owe you an apology, we're sorry. More Rizzo and Jeff show next. What Do You Expect is free on 105.9 The Mountain.
Oh, thank you.
You're going to do that every time that's long.
Yeah, I am. It's Rizzo and Jeff, 105.9 The Mountain, Asheville's classic rock. Never gets old to me.
Yeah, I could tell.
Listen, I'm going to say a phrase, and I just want your reaction. I'm not going to tell you anything else. I'm just going to get your reaction, and then I'm going to play the audio, okay? Whoopee snacks.
Yeah. Look, whatever. Okay, I'm sure there's a plethora. But I think it's more after you hear this, and then we'll get deeper into the conversation. There's more people that have eaten these and snacked on these than you think. And don't let anybody fool you that they haven't tried them or even taken a little taste.
Absolutely a lie.
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
You mean to tell me you believe that there are other people who actually do this?
Yes. There. And it's not that they do it on a regular basis, but they sure have, right?
All right, well, let's get to Whoopi snacks. What is Whoopi snacking on, you might ask? Well, I got the answer.
I pop up at 2 a.m. and I'm thinking, where am I? I need some dots. So I reach over and I pour some dots in my hand and I put them in my mouth. And I'm chewing. Wait, maybe they're a little stale. I just poured some more in. Because I thought maybe I had, bed mouth. Because sometimes you wake up and you put something in your mouth and you're like, who is this in my face? And my eye finally kind of opened a little bit. And in my hand was the crab
flavored.
Ooh, Temptations. Now, I just came from the Vatican. And I am eating crab flavor Temptations.
So,
Cat snacks.
I was just going to say, if you don't know what that means, that means kitty cat snacks.
Now, listen, Whoopi. Listen, Whoopi.
What?
Let's not pretend that this is the first time and out of the blue. First off, the Temptations were sitting on your bedside table, okay? When we snack,
you think she's eating Meow Mix on purpose?
I'm just saying that she could possibly like the taste of Temptations, crab flavored.
You know what?
Cat snacks. And there are people out there,
right.
Rizzo, I'm telling you, and somebody listening, you can admit to this.
No.
You have eaten and tried your dog's dog's treats before.
Okay.
Now, whether it was the pepperonis, whether it was
the pepperonis,
whether it was the bacon ones, okay, whatever it might be, somebody out there has tried their dogs.
Okay.
I'm telling you, their dog snacks before.
I have 4 all-day passes to Soaky Mountain Water Park, okay? We've already had 8 qualifiers, okay? Betty right now the leader in the clubhouse, 828-240-1059. Is there a human being breathing, I'll take a dead one, within the sound of my voice?
Yeah, you can be a burning.
That has tried a cat snack.
Or a dog snack.
Jeff.
More the dog snacks than anything else.
Jeff. When? What dog snack? What are you talking about?
I told you, like the
pepperoni?
The pepperonis or the bacon strips. Yeah.
All right, I'm looking at some cat treats. There's Lickable Treat Stew. No. There's Friskies Party Mix. Temptations do look all right. There is Meow Mix, but I think
I'm joking.
I think you're full of it. 105.9 The Mountain. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing. What's up?
I'm gonna answer about the dog snacks.
You've tried them, and which ones have you tried? Go ahead.
I have tried the milk bones.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you try them like by yourself? Did you try it like with peanut butter? What made you milk bone it?
I just tried them. I wanted to know why they were. One of my friends actually tried them, and they actually enjoyed them. And I was like, there can't be a way that this is good. And I tried a milk bone and liked it.
So wait a minute. Okay, that's fine. So you're eating a milk bone. Did you enjoy it? Is this something that you would try again? How do you...
It wasn't too terrible, but I probably won't eat them again.
Okay, all right. No. So you milked boned. All right.
Don't be afraid of a pepperoni. It's okay. You can go down. How bad could a pepperoni be? It is what it is, right? You read the ingredients on the back.
It's dog food.
It's not.
Okay, let me ask you this, sir. Okay, Whoopi Goldberg. Now we all know she's, a spy balloon, a Chinese spy balloon. But Whoopi Goldberg aside, all right, she's eating kitty cat snacks. Would you ever eat a cat snack, namely Temptations Puree Perfect Cheddar Biscuits?
Maybe by accident, because I have cats as well, and we have different little snacks around the room, and one of them does sit on my nightstand, and I have actually grabbed a bag before, but I've never actually ate them.
So you've accidentally almost cat snacked.
Almost cat snapped.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, see, this almost cat snap. Do me a favor. Do not hang up. Jeff is going to qualify you for those tickets to Soaky Mountain Water Park. That's a great call because you've admitted to actually cat snacking, or almost, but dog snacking. Okay, that's the only man on earth that has ever done that.
Well,
Okay,
I don't think it is.
Yes, it is.
No,
Nobody goes, I want to try a friggin' milk bone, bro.
I'm telling you, sometimes you just go, what could be so good about these? Right?
828-240-1059. Tickets to Soaky Mountain Water Park at stake. Great call from him. We are going to get his information. Definitely qualified. And coming up soon, Listener Court. We have a discussion. A lot of you in the service industry, a lot of you waiters and waitresses, be interested to know what you think about this.
A new study says you turn on the radio for the personalities you love. Look, even if it's not the case for Rizzo and Jeff, we're trying. Our reminder to you is they will always be free. So will their podcast. And so we can't really expect too much. 105.9 The Mountain.
This is disgusting, and yes, it is. It's disgusting, and every parent and grandparent will feel it.
It's time for Listener Court. Kind of like Kramer and Kramer, but not as good. Or educated, or without real lawyers. Okay, it's just Rizzo and Jeff, and they're kind of upset about something and need your help. Listener Court begins now. Court is in session on 105.9 The Mountain.
Your kid is dirty. Your kid stinks. Your kid's annoying. I don't want them here. At least that's according to a business owner, or should I say a husband and wife business owner. They say no one under 5 is allowed in their restaurant. Their rationale is thus.
This is not Chuck E. Cheese. This wasn't made for babies. That's the sad truth.
But neither of us have ever eaten at a restaurant where someone would openly expose a breast in public to feed. Only when in our own restaurant has this happened. One would think and expect common decency and respect for others would be the norm.
We had to make a call to close on Sunday because I had received some death threats.
So, because kids are messy, because mothers need to nurse their children, because kids under the age of 5 are annoying to these two business owners who are trying to be part of a community, they're saying don't bring your kids. Well, I say close the hell down. A restaurant is made for everyone. You're telling me, okay, I am going to New York in 9 days to go get my Bambine, and you're going to tell me that he's not good enough for your restaurant? You're going to tell me that he's not good enough to sit down, that kids under the age of 5 should not be allowed in a restaurant? You want to say there should be a kids section, maybe, but you want to say that kids under the age of 5 shouldn't be allowed in a restaurant, then I say I hope you go out of business. 828-240-1059. Very simple. Should kids under the age of 5 be allowed in a restaurant? And I want to talk to the parents and the grandparents.
Yeah.
I want you to think about the kids. Jeff, your side's coming up next. I know you seem to think this couple's great. But they really suck.
I love this idea, and I want to talk to my waiters, my waitresses, my servers that are listening out there. You'll hear my side, why I believe that there's nothing wrong with what this couple is doing. Kids 5 and under should not be allowed in their restaurant. And you know what? There needs to be more restaurants like this.
When I bring the Bambine, I tip more because I know that, you know what, he could be a little bit of a pain. 828-240-1059. Who's right? Who's wrong? Should a 5-year-old or should children 5 or under be allowed in a restaurant? Yes or no? 828-240-1059.
All right.
It's time for Listener Court. Rizzo and Jeff have a problem they need help with, and you decide the outcome. Sort of like when you were caught speeding on 26, but you know it wasn't your fault. Kind of like that, except one of them is really in the wrong. Okay, it's just Rizzo and Jeff, and they're kind of upset about something and need your help. Listener Court begins now. Court is in session on 105.9 The Mountain.
So we are talking about Rizzo, this couple who made a decision at their nice restaurant that kids 5 and under should not be allowed in, and they're catching a lot of heat. Death threats at that. You say, hey, forget them, close down. You should just shut down, forget it.
Absolutely.
I say on the other hand, I love every single part of this. And let me tell you, have you ever been to a nice high-end restaurant and you're really just trying to enjoy that delicious steak? You've worked all week, you've saved up. It's not cheap to go out anywhere. And then as you're slicing into that steak, you don't even want to put any A1 on it because you don't want to ruin it. You're slicing into that steak, and next to you is an obnoxious 5-year-old kid. They leave a mess all the time, okay? Mm-hmm. And they disrupt everything. They're running around. They're crying. They can't sit still. The parents are trying. They're sticking an iPad in front of their face. It's not happening, all right? Nothing's working. And the entire time, and all you wanted to do was sit there and eat a quiet dinner, a nice glass of wine, and you have a fussy, noisy baby that just won't stop, okay? You have a kid running around who doesn't want to sit there. We have all been a part of this. I don't care. I even think Cheesecake Factory, some place like that, is even a little more high-end these days. And I'm spending $50, $60, $70, and these kids are doing nothing but acting up, running around, screaming everywhere. There should be, those types of places should be a place where kids are banned at a certain age, okay? Oh. Now, look, if you want to go to a fast food establishment, be my guest. Okay. Your kid can run around in the playland all day.
They don't even allow you in a place anymore.
I don't care.
Listen,
all right?
828-240-1059. For everybody, we're going to take one call here. All right? For everybody that is on the phone, do me a favor. Hang on. We're going to take this first caller here, and then I'd like to know where you stand on this. Thank you for being patient. 105.9 The Mountain. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I couldn't agree more. I think the restaurant's doing the right thing, and I think business is probably going to boom for them because there's going to be a large percentage of people who don't want to be around children when they're trying to have a nice dinner. And I'm going to be really unpopular and say this. What's up with people bringing their dogs to restaurants? I don't care if it's a service animal or not. People bringing dogs into a restaurant is unsanitary.
Okay, but sir, do you have children?
People think it's okay.
Do you have children, yes or no?
No, I do not.
Okay, well, I was going to say, like you wouldn't want somebody to compare a kid to a dog.
No,
I agree with you.
He's not making a comparison. You're reading it wrong.
You don't bring a 5-year-old to Ruth Chris, but these people are opening a Mexican restaurant.
Who cares? Maybe it's high-end. It's their restaurant. Maybe they want a pleasurable experience for people.
And they're smart about it because they're catering to people who don't want their dinner disturbed by a screaming child. My wife and I had it happen this past weekend. We were at a restaurant. It was a Chinese buffet, and we were in a kind of a side room, but yet there was a family with kids that were just screaming and running around the place, and we were having a nice quiet meal until that group showed up, and then it's like, okay, let's just get out of here because they're not disciplining the children. They're letting them scream and run around the place like crazy people. I think a lot of it goes back to the parent anyway, not controlling the child, but I think the restaurant's probably going to do a great business because people will go there just because of that.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I listen, do me a favor. Hang on for just 1 second. We appreciate your weighing in. So many people on the phones, 828-240-1059. If you are on hold, hang on. We will get to you. If you are trying to get in and you cannot get through, keep trying because right now, 1 for Jeff. 0 for Papa. I might go. I want to go 10-0.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Haven't you always wanted to pass judgment on these guys publicly? We get it. Us too. Now's your chance. Time to do your best night court impression. Call Rizzo and Jeff now. It's It's up to you. Don your best black robes and call us. You are the judge and jury. 828-240-1059. Who do you think is right? Who will win? Next on 1059 The Mountain.
If you are just tuning in, we are talking about if you should allow children under 5 into a restaurant. I say yes. Jeff says no. There are a ton of people on the phone. Do you hate your kids? No. Do you hate your children? That's what this is about. It's Rizzo and Jeff right here on 1059 The Mountain, Nashville's Classic Rock. We're in the middle of listener court. That is what it's about, Jeff.
No, that is a terrible way to angle things in your direction.
Kids?
No. Nobody's saying that
you already have a vote for you. What do you care?
He's not worried about hating your kids. It's just saying that I want to go to a nice restaurant on a Saturday night and relax. I don't want to hear screaming, yelling kids running around. That's why I think that this couple who owns this restaurant is spot on. They're exactly right. There needs to be more restaurants like this.
If you're just tuning in, this is what we're talking about.
This is not Chuck E. Cheese. This wasn't made for babies. That's the sad truth.
But neither of us have ever eaten at a restaurant where someone would openly expose a breast in public to feed. Only when in our own restaurant has this happened. One would think and expect common decency and respect for others would be the norm.
We had to make a call to close on Sunday because I had received some death threats.
So many people on the phone, 828-240-1059. If you're just tuning in, somebody called while Jeff was making his case to agree with him. I didn't think that was fair, but that's fine. Vote for Jeff. He's 0-9. Now, we have Dave on the phone. We have Mike on the phone. We have so many people on the phone. So it's 1 vote for Jeff, 0 for me. Best out of 5 wins it. Let's just take it to the phones. Good morning.
Good morning. My name's Christina, and I have a varied opinion, actually. I believe that if you have a child and you go into a restaurant and you disturb somebody who's paying to eat, that you should leave. So if these people have already had that experience where people are complaining about bratty kids sitting there crying while people are paying for a $100 meal, then maybe they have a point on that. But at the same time, I mean, where are children not allowed?
Excuse me, Christina. I apologize, Christina. Sorry for calling you Mike. Mike is on the other line. I apologize there. Sorry about that, Christina. Anyway, I hear your point, but may I just add maybe a caveat here?
Good morning. My name's Christina, and
they're not allowed in this restaurant because they're saying this isn't Chuck E. Cheese. 5 and under, forget it.
Well, you can't take kids in a strip club. I get it, but you should be able to take kids in and sit down and eat somewhere.
Well, so my kid's 7. Okay, I remember when he was 5. I'd bring him into McDonald's, and you know what? If he threw a tantrum or whatever, I'd walk him outside. You know what I mean? If something happened, I'd walk him outside. But to sit there and say that you can't bring your kids and you want my business, you want to be in my community, Asheville, with all these restaurants, you need to support local business. Don't you think so?
Okay, Asheville, I can't go there. I'm from Buncombe County, and when you go to Asheville, all you see are women breastfeeding kids, half-dressed women. Disgusting,
you do.
Smelly, naked people. Asheville, we got to leave Asheville out of the comparison.
Okay, all right. Hendersonville, Papa's and Beer, I'm with you. Look, Asheville, stay weird. It's the slogan. I get it. My aunt's been here since the 90s. She's seen the changes too. But so yes or no to kids 5 or under at a restaurant? What do you think if we leave Asheville out of it?
If it's a high-dollar restaurant, my steak's $150. I don't want no crying brat next to me while I'm trying to eat my expensive food. I totally agree.
It's up to you. Don your best black robes and call us. You are the judge and jury. 828-240-1059. Who do you think is right? Who will win? Next on 1059 The Mountain.
All right, so all these people on the phone, so many people, so little time, so let's just get right to it. Should a child 5 or under be allowed in a restaurant, yes or no? I say yes. Jeff, you say no.
Yo, you're right. I say no. And if I'm spending a ton of money, hard-earned money, I don't want kids running around screaming, yelling, little brats.
Well, we got Mike, we got Dave, we got so many people on the phone, so let's just get to them. Good morning, Mike.
Well, hey, I want to comment on what the last guy was saying, about the dogs. That was important. They're a private business. They can do what they want. They have that right. And one of the things I wanted to say is that you are seeing in this country right now, people are having less and less kids. You're seeing more and more of these, these marriages where they're not having children. And so you're going to see a rise in this in the United States.
So you think that you're going to see a rise in, restaurants banning kids?
Yep, because people are less and less acclimated to the experience of having a family life and to parenthood.
So what you're telling me is you agree with this?
Well, they're a private business and they have the right to do as they choose.
You know what?
I morally agree with it. I think it's questionable. I don't really agree with it, but it is their right.
Okay, you know what?
All right, that's a Rizzo.
I'm going to take that as a hold on. Don't go anywhere. We'll get your information in just a minute. All right, let's see if Dave Hoyt here. What do you got here? How do you feel, buddy?
Well, there's two ways to look at it. First of all, I think it would be almost discrimination because you wouldn't let the family bring their kids in.
Okay.
But in return, it's the parents' responsibility to keep their kids calmed down. They should take them outside or something, until they get them calmed down.
I agree with that because when my kid acts that way, I take him outside. But to sit there and ban, you say, do you feel that, I don't want to put words in your mouth, are you saying that that's wrong or right? Do you think they should allow kids under 5 in or not? How do you feel?
I think they have to.
Wow.
Okay. All right. This was I felt like I had momentum here.
Down the wire. All right. So 2 for Jeff, 2 for me. Hold on, Dave. We're going to get your information in just a second. 828-240-1059. What do you think? It looks like we got Liz in Haywood County that's going to break it. This is it. The coup de grace. All right. I don't know where we're going. Liz in Haywood County, go ahead. You are the breaking vote, the deciding vote.
Okay. I do, and I love kids. I have one. I have a grandchild. But when they're so young, and the parenting nowadays is usually severely lacking, they can ruin an expensive meal for a lot of other people. We've been in restaurants. If there was a place to do food, we have to move. Then these same parents that don't do anything with their children, when they get a little bit older, they're the ones that are running up and down the aisles and crawling in and out of booths and throwing food. So like I said, put a little age on them, teach them some manners before you take them out to a nice dining establishment.
Wait a minute.
I like it. No, don't try to coax her.
Hold on. Are you telling me that 5 is too young, Liz?
Yes, I am. I've experienced it too many times.
Liz, do you know that you have handed me my first loss in listener court? I was going to go 10-0, Liz.
Who cares, Liz?
Sorry.
No, don't apologize, Liz. You did the right thing here today.
It's so expensive. Even at fast food, it's so expensive nowadays. People don't get to go out as often as they like. They shouldn't have a miserable time because somebody else doesn't police their kids.
Well, I'll tell you what, Liz. You know what I need to do? I need to take you to a steak dinner where there's no kids around so I can celebrate my first win at Listener Court.
Wow. Liz, hang on for just 1 second. You are qualified to go to Soaky Mountain Water Park. Jeff, you did it!
Finally!
Oh, my God. Listener Court, Jeff pulls off a dub.
Another ruling and lesson in the books, and still they learned nothing. We'll just have to try again next week. Listener Court, every Tuesday at 8 a.m. on 105.9 The Mountain.
Now, it's been a little bit of a interesting morning. Jeff just won Listener Court. It's 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's classic rock, the Rizzo and Jeff show. And we were very happy that so many people were interested in the topic. So I, figured that I will take this loss with grace.
Well, yeah, I don't believe that to be the case. You've brought it up 5 times since it happened, so I don't think there's any grace involved in this. Okay?
Well, it is. Listen, I'll tell you this. We don't have a lot of time here, but I did want to, as a former smoker, I used to smoke. I saw that a man from Delaware stole $11,000 worth of cigarettes.
Oh, so you mean a carton?
Yeah. You know what? A carton, at least where we came from.
Yeah.
But $11,000 worth of cigarettes from a Walgreens store. And yes, you heard that right. An $11,000. So even if they're 11 or 12 bucks a pack, okay, that literally, is like 1,000 packs. So this guy rolls in with his little wheelie cart. He's the innocent old man.
Is he an innocent old man?
Well, he is an innocent old, and I'm telling you, Jeff, it's the old people that you need to watch out for. They are dangerous.
It's senior citizens sometimes, not all of them.
All of them, Jeff. Say it.
Many are very kind and giving. But some
they're giving.
Some know how to play. Some senior citizens are savvy when it comes to thievery. They understand how to play the game.
Yeah.
And they know, like if you go to Walmart or the supermarket and you walk out and you go, oh, it's an oopsie daisy. I'm old. I apologize.
Well, this guy made a big-time oopsie daisy, and they're looking for him. He's on the lam, as it were, except
we got his senior on the lam?
He's hunched over, and he's got a cart, and it's a purple cart. So how on the lam can he be? How can you not find a senior on the lam?
So how does he get out? Which it's bizarre. Here's the problem.
He wheels in, opens up his cart bottom, so you know where the seniors go. I gotta sit down.
Right.
Opens up the cart bottom, steals over 1,000 packs of cigarettes, puts them in his bags, puts them in his everything, just goes, wipes them all out, and he is still on the lam. And by the way, how did he get there? Getaway car? Niente. Taxi? Niente.
What?
Uber? Niente.
Mountain Mobile? Isn't that the one? The one that picks up people, the van that rolls up and you slide on in? Yeah.
The bus.
Oh, he busted.
He walked to the bus.
Oh, boy.
So you got beat by an 80-year-old man with a walker who got on a bus. Never trust the elderly. Senior just got by Grandpa.
Well, I'll tell you what. First off, Walgreens, you raise your prices. Everything's expensive.
That's it.
At Walgreens.
That's it.
So you know what? He might be a man of the people, but for him to just get away with that, you know what? He at this point, if he was able to roll in with the cart, hunched over, a purple cart, roll out, get on a bus, and have all these smokes, and nobody picks up on it, then you know what? Guess what? At this point, finders keepers. Okay?
The opinions, thoughts, and words expressed here and until 10 a.m. are not those of anyone else here at 105.9 The Mountain or at 828 News Now. So don't punish us.
I contend that he's dead. I said it earlier. I'll say it again, because if you're in the car now, you might not know it. Artificial intelligence is getting scary, and I am going to present you a compelling case with evidence, not only of one person, but of another person, that in the past week, 2 people who I know are dead, while Jeff claims that one is alive, still releasing messages, some still releasing songs. I can prove to you that artificial intelligence is dangerous. We don't know where we're going to be. Somebody could kill you and pretend that you're alive for years. How do you know the voice that you are listening to right now as you are driving in your car is not that of a dead guy? How do you know Rizzo didn't pass? How do you know Jeff didn't pass?
Yeah.
How do you know?
You could figure that out. They can't even get AI to act like we act.
How do you know if someone's dead? It's really simple. You have a feeling. Sometimes you just know, like, you have a feeling that, Colonel Sanders is around, right? You have a feeling Harland is inside of a restaurant. maybe you pop into a KFC. You have a feeling that you have a crystal and there's spirits around, right? You have a feeling, like Emmy Springelmeyer said on his 828 News, now that there are smart people walking around the city of Asheville. Feelings are everything. Always trust your gut. And if there's anything from the Rizzo and Jeff show, right here on 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's Classic Rock, that you should take, it's to trust your gut. Now, Jeff, it's making its way around the world. Richard Simmons, who has not been seen in public since 2011. It is 2024. Let me help you. 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 14 and a half years.
Okay, let me tell you something. If I had Richard Simmons' cash...
Does he have cash?
You wouldn't see me for 14 and a half years. I'd be gone. Sayonara City.
Not when you're as flamboyant as him. Listen, he needs to be seen.
I understand. He's always on fire. I know he's flamboyant. I get it. But he doesn't need to be seen. He was flamboyant enough, all right, in front of everybody, and I'm sure behind closed doors. But it doesn't matter, okay? Richard now wants to stay behind those closed doors.
On that waterbed?
Whatever he's doing and whoever he's doing it with, you let Richard be. He's alive, he's well, and who knows what he's got going on,
baby. He disappeared, and then, out of nowhere, tweets started matriculating. Then after a while...
Right.
YouTube videos with just voice messages, no videos, started matriculating. Then statements, and now we have poems. However, I contend this is nothing more than artificial intelligence. Richard Simmons has been dead since before the end of Barack Obama's presidency.
Okay, let's get to it.
As a matter of fact, he might have been dead when Mitt Romney was running for president.
Well, nobody remembers that. So let's get to it.
All right. You want to get to it? Here it is.
Some of you struggle with your weight. Don't give up, for goodness sake. Watch what you eat, and please don't cheat. This is not such an easy feat. Try your best to move every single day. And before you know it, those extra pounds will go away. Love, Richard.
Love you too, Richard, and glad to hear that you are doing well.
Really? Yeah. You don't think that's AI?
No, I don't think it's artificial intelligence at all, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I provide to you Exhibit B, Artificial Intelligence, June 6th, 1995. He dies, yet this comes out a week ago.
You can find me in the club, a bottle full of bub. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love. So come give me a hug if you're into getting rubbed. Go shoddy, it's your birthday, we're gonna party like it's your birthday.
That's Conway Twitty.
No, it's not. Anybody can sing country.
No. That was Conway Twitty's voice. My point is that artificial intelligence is allowing us to just make holograms and people and release songs. So my question is, based on the evidence presented, based on the fact he hasn't been seen since 2011, based on the fact there are no pictures of him, no videos of him, no anything of him, is Richard Simmons still alive? Now, we have tickets to Soaky Mountain Water Park. I would just like to know if there's anyone who believes that this is anything but artificial intelligence, especially at the end. He's too sing-songy.
Love, Richard.
Oh, I love you too, Richard. Oh, yeah. There you go, Richard.
That is real.
Love, Richard.
He was doing something.
Wow.
Or he just got done something.
He was reading. He was like, the message.
Somebody made him really happy.
Rizzo and Jeff have asked that we make an adjustment to the fluffy comment you hear on the show. We will not, and stand by it. Those fluffy guys will be back after some free music and a quick break.
Edward R. Murrow, Walter Cronkite, Petey Jennings, and even Charlie Gibson. They all pale in comparison to Jeff and the JNN. Jeff, what do we got coming up in the JNN? I know you've been working real hard over there.
Yeah. Just figured this all out here.
Yeah.
The Surgeon General has decided that they would like to put warnings on social media for younger users. Took them long enough to figure that one out. Okay. Going to give you the time that research says you should be in bed by if you want to lower the risk of developing mental and behavioral conditions like depression and stuff. And a huge pop star just popped for a DUI last night. Didn't expect this one. With him. Didn't expect it. I'll tell you who that is coming up.
The JNN brought to you by Train Heating and Cooling Systems. They're tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you because we run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. That's traininfo.com because it is hard to stop a train.
The most trusted source for useless information.
Who is your source? I need to know your source.
The JNN. Jeff News Network is on 105.9 The Mountain now.
So the U.S. Surgeon General called on this yesterday for social media platforms to include health warnings for younger users. So basically, it's a warning label in a sense, stating that social media is associated with significant mental health harms for adolescents. So I don't know how you would do this. I guess they say evidence from like tobacco studies show that warning labels increase awareness. They change behavior, things of that nature. Think about when they said wear your seatbelt, and they had remember the crash test dummies,
right,
and all those kind of things. But they say that this is the smart way to go about it and do it by putting warning labels. I don't know how they'd go about doing that.
Yeah,
but I don't know when it comes to this is something different. I don't know if it really would deter anybody from going on. I just think.
What's the aim here? To show gross pictures? To what? To make you go?
Yeah. Well, most
is it a?
Most social media platforms, they got a minimum user age of 13, and that might even be too early, is what I think what some people are thinking as well. So a lot of those changes to be made. But, where there's a will, there's a way, and I think that if anybody, wants to get online and figure it out, they'll do it. But on average, they're saying that social media, 3.5 to 4 hours a day, and some even spending 7 hours a day online on the platform. That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
So maybe it does make a little bit of sense, because just 7 hours of your day on social media. That's.
I mean, maybe it reaches them. I just think kids will be kids and do what they want. I mean, listen, you're with your friends and they say, "Ooh, I got beer," or "Ooh, I got a cigarette." You're 13, you think you're a bad hiney, and then one bad hiney turns into another bad hiney. Then you got a whole gaggle of bad heinies.
Yeah, and just you never know what happens when you put a lot of bad heinies together.
You never know.
I don't know who's got the baddest.
It's time for wait, no, it's not really. I mean, who would?
Can you put the news back on?
The JNN.
This is the news.
The Jeff News Network. A wealth of useful and mostly useless information.
All right. So new research finds that if you get that bad hiney to bed by 1 a.m., it can lower your risk of developing mental and behavioral conditions like depression, anxiety. And a big study
by 1 a.m.
By 1 a.m. A big sleep study was done about this. So it's important by 1 a.m. First off, 1 a.m. I couldn't even. Could you imagine staying up till 1?
I haven't seen 1 a.m. in 2 years.
Yeah, I know. And then think about it.
We get up
when you
2 hours later.
I know, but when you were staying up late, you started to lose your marbles. If you think about it,
I did.
Right,
I did.
And then as you were starting to get to bed a little bit earlier, things are working out better for you.
And I had to retrain myself. So when we first got here, I was up 10, 11 o'clock. But dude, 10, 11 is even with a nap, and I can barely take a nap. I spent the whole day yesterday driving through Fletcher, Arden, God knows where, and Sweeten Creek Road to find a desk.
I'll tell you what, I cut out the nap. When you get up that early, you say to yourself, all right, I want to get a nap in. I've cut out the app so that I get to 7, 8, and I'm out like a light, and I have a good night's sleep.
So, okay, but I can't do that. So I have cut out, I didn't nap yesterday. And I still couldn't fall asleep till 10:30.
Oh, boy.
So I have to nap. Like, I have to.
Okay. All right.
I'm a bad hiney.
You are. I'll tell you what, you got one nasty tushy over there.
It's time for the JNN, the Jeff News Network, with all the news, important information, and local things that you want to know. It won't be here, but hey, they try, so here's the JNN on 105.9 The Mountain now.
All right, and in the theme of bad heinies.
Okay.
That seems like where it started and where it sure as heck is going to end.
All right.
Pop superstar. Everybody knows him, no matter what genre of music you like. Justin Timberlake arrested for a DUI last night. No real details coming out about it. He's still in jail as of right now, as we're talking about it. He's in New York, Sag Harbor, New York.
So his girl it's Beale, right? So Beale,
Beale?
Yeah, I think it's Beale. Beale's in California. You mean to tell me he doesn't have enough money to bail out? But I will tell you this.
Well, they don't let you out right away. You have to stay for a certain amount of time when you're in on a DUI.
When I was, when I was doing a show in New York, who was it? Oh, Shia LaBeouf. When he was going through his, time, his ups and downs, Shia LaBeouf was arrested for like a DUI or something, drunk and disorderly. He had some coke or whatever, and we were waiting outside of the police precinct for Shia to get out. And I remember thinking, like, dude, like this guy's got like all the money in the world. Like, why is he still in there? But then again, I guess money can't buy everything. I mean, if you are a bad tushy.
Well, look, he's going on tour. I know Crystal and Melanie down at Mix, I know they were giving out tickets to Justin Timberlake and stuff like that. So he's going on tour. Maybe the tour's not sell. I don't know what the issue could be. Or he just had himself a few and then got behind the wheel. It's not the right thing to do, but they caught him. So it was just a traffic stop, but he got nailed.
Here's the thing, and this is the only thing that, we've been talking a lot about bad tushies. Mm-hmm. If I were a celeb of that stature, A, you're telling me you don't have a driver. B, you're in New York City. Has anyone ever driven there?
He's not in New York. No, he was in like Sag Harbor, New York. Where is Sag Harbor, New York?
Sag Harbor's in L.I., Long Island. Okay, so here's the problem with that.
So what's he doing over there? I guess he had a show?
Bunch of rich peeps.
Right.
All right, bunch of hoity-toits.
So maybe he's got a place over on Long Island?
Cops.
Maybe, yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? So then they don't care if you're... As a matter of fact, they'd rather... Because I'll tell you, I'd open up my own can of whoop tushy. Yeah. I'd say, do you know who I am? Yep. You know who I am? I am the infamous Rizzo.
Yeah.
All right? And if you want a can of whoop tushy, you better keep going with this DUI.
Yeah. Well, you tried that over here up the road.
Yeah.
You still got your court date.
I'm going to court, yeah.
From Hendersonville to Swannanoa, Black Mountain to Weaverville, all the way to downtown Asheville. The Rizzo and Jeff Show's got you covered.
We try to get to things, but we get bogged down. Listener court. Kids in restaurants, me taking an L, us talking whoop tushy, us talking Richard Simmons, Taco Bell marathons, alien women, mariachis, Napoleon Dynamite, whoopee snacks.
Yeah.
And
whoopee snacks, by the way, were her eating cat treats. So.
Which you know what?
Yeah.
Even though it made the show, I think it's so important, it might have to be repeated. So without any further ado, it's time for things that didn't make the show.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
Whoopee snacks. Whoopee snacks are a special kind of snack. What's Whoopi snacking on?
Yeah.
Why does she look like a Chinese spy?
Well, Whoopi, I think she admitted now that she doesn't look like that anymore. She's on the Ozempic train.
Yeah, aren't we all? I'm a diabetic, though, so you're making my medicine $10,000.
Yeah, well, what does she care about you? Yeah, she knows. She hears what you say about her.
She does. You know what? I bet she does. I bet if she ever met us, she would punch us in the mouth.
Well, you know what she did just because she hears you? You know what she did? You know how...
Because I tag her.
Well, you know how, Elaine bought all the sponges on Seinfeld?
She buys all the Ozempic?
She buys all the Ozempic, yeah.
So why does Whoopi need Ozempic? Why she got the diabetes? Why is she trying to lose weight?
I pop up at 2 a.m. And I'm thinking, where am I?
2
I need some
a.m.
dots. So I reach over and I pour some dots in my hand and I put them in my mouth. And I'm chewing. Wait, maybe they're a little stale. I just poured some more in. Because I thought maybe I had, bed mouth. Because sometimes you wake up and you put something in your mouth and you're like, who is this in my face? And my eye finally kind of opened a little bit. And in my hand was the crab
flavored.
Ooh, Temptations. Now, I just came from the Vatican. And I am eating crab flavor Temptations.
No. First off, what does that should tell you where?
She's eating cat food.
Should tell you where the Pope's head is at. Yeah. Whoopi in.
I mean, Whoopi or not, by the way, didn't Big Joe headbutt him and now Whoopi's hanging out with, what's going on with Papa? Is he okay?
The
Pope is called Papa. Is he okay?
He was making derogatory LGBT comments. He's been
he's been a sassy Papa, hasn't he? Everyone thought this Papa was going to change the world, yet he's head bumping, Sleepy Joe. He's hanging with the whoopster. She's eating cat food.
Yeah, well, look, you got to when these leaders of things, get into their 80s, things come undone.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
If you're going to rob a bank, which again, Rizzo and Jeff on 105.9 The Mountain, Nashville's Classic Rock, do not suggest. But if you are so inclined to rob a bank, do not do so with a child. Bad idea. Never carry a baby and rob a bank. Not good.
Right. You're at a baseball game, you got a beer, and you catch the baby with it. However, or if you're holding the baby, you catch like a foul ball. We've seen those videos of those things happen where you don't drop the baby.
What about I think Michael Jackson holding the kid over the railing?
Yeah, that was a good call there, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Let's hold blanket.
Yeah,
over a window.
You remember when he did that? What a bizarre thing for him to do.
We now know that behind the curtain was Dr. Conrad Murray with a syringe of Milky. He had some propofol, so that was a propofol, is what that was.
Yeah. And who else was behind the curtain? Macaulay Culkin. Remember else?
Whoever he was taking a gander at that time.
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's what didn't make the show on 105.9 The Mountain.
If Netflix raises its price on me one more time, I am taking part of my vacation.
What happened? But by the way, can I?
Okay.
It had gone up, and I was like, wait. And then they're adding like things onto it that I didn't ask for.
Oh, I know. They add HBO.
Why did they do that?
Because you know why? If you read in the fine print,
I can't get it off.
They upgrade the... I'll help you.
Okay.
Literally, show me your phone. What they do is if you have the multiple screen package, if it says in the rules, because I looked, because I was going to go ballistic on them and get $500 back from the bank, I was screaming. What happens is if you agree to their terms and conditions, if you read the fine print, it says that when they change their packages, they can switch you to a similar one.
Yeah, but it's not. It's more than what I was paying. It's double what I was paying.
But it's similar because it has everything that you wanted. It's just that now it comes with EA Sports and the YouTube TV.
I don't need all that stuff.
That's not what they care about. It's a similar thing. You see what I'm saying?
What's going on.
I'll help you anyway. If they ask me for one more dollar, I am going to go. I'll say it again. Whoop tushy. All right? They want $5 million for a stupid commercial, which, by the way, don't we pay enough for Christmas games on Netflix?
Yeah, they're getting the NFL, so you're going to be able to watch it on Netflix. Everybody's heading over there. I told you, WWE, and they're heading over there for Monday Night Raw is going to be over there now. And
is this the end of television? Because I do want to say something. For those of you who hear the narrative about television and about all the people watching. Nobody watches television. Everybody watches a streaming service. Radio, it's in every car. It's free. Radio's better. You reach more people. It gets your message out. TV is essentially useless. And this is why. This is why.
Well, let me tell you. I enjoy cable.
Yeah, because you're 80.
I still have cable.
80.
And when I turn on, I like to see about the local art festivals happening in Weaverville. I do. I enjoy it, okay?
All right.
All right?
All right, you and Grandma Emma, all right?
Rizzo and Jeff tried to do their work today, but just couldn't quite get it done. So here's where they try to cram it all in at the end. It's What Didn't Make the Show on 105.9 The Mountain.
And finally, in case you were thinking about Harlan Sanders, just wanted to let you know something real quick. Harlan is testing gravy-filled quesadillas, as Napoleon Dynamite would say.
What, KFC is?
KFC is tasting gravy-filled quesadillas.
Listen.
So guess what? Try a gravy quesadilla.
Let me tell you something right now.
Tell me now.
If you decide to go get a quesadilla from KFC filled with gravy,
you're a fat.
You
are fat.
Have just to accept the fact
you're fat.
That you are husky. Okay.
Come on, Weaverville. It's time to rock out with the Rizzo and Jeff Show. Nobody? Candler? Black Mountain? Anka? Woodfin?
Bueller?
Anyone? Well, they're new, so here's to rocking out.